Hi everyone, it's Christy from Green Eyed Tarot. Today I'm here to film a favorites video for the month of April and May, I guess. It's been a little bit since I filmed a favorites video, so this is just a little update on things that have been going on, books I've been reading, and of course the decks that I've been using and loving for the past couple of months. So I'll start with some memories, I guess. April and May have been pretty busy. I started a new job in March, so I've been really busy just settling into that and getting used to sort of a new schedule. But that's been really wonderful. I love my new job. I'm really excited about what I'm doing now. So while there was a lot of stress and trepidation and sort of just anxiety surrounding this move that I made, it has been so wonderful, and it's really just been a positive in my life. So, but I've been keeping really busy. So I haven't had that much time to read, and I haven't even had that much time for tarot. I've been doing, cards every day, but I haven't really been keeping up with my journaling as much as I'd like. So I'm definitely going to get back into that. But in terms of memories, for April and May, we did spend a lot of time out in nature. Like the weather has been really nice here for the most part. It's been pretty cool, and we've had a pretty nice spring so far. And so we've been going to different gardens in the area. Just there's like some state parks. We have an Empire Pass, which is the pass that gets us into all New York state parks for free. So we've been taking advantage of that and going to some of the arboretums in the area. Of course, we enjoyed celebrating Mother's Day. We actually took my mother to one of the local historic sites. It's an arboretum. There's a beautiful mansion there. We had a really lovely day. It was really nice weather. So we really enjoyed that. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I had my partner Joe, his birthday was in May, and I actually had a really great time throwing him a Justice League themed birthday party. When I say birthday party, I use the term loosely. We didn't really have like a full-on birthday party with a lot of people, but I decorated with Justice League decorations and tablecloth and napkins and plates. He is a comic book lover, and I just thought it would be fun to just sort of bring Justice League to his birthday party. So that was really fun. He definitely really appreciated it, and he's never been thrown a birthday party, especially a Justice League birthday party. So he was super excited and happy about it, and he really was appreciative of it. So that was really fun. And then one of the best things that just happened really recently, just over the Memorial Day weekend, was my really dear friend Donna came to visit New York from Georgia, and she came to stay. She was in Manhattan, and I got to see her, and we got to spend a few hours together along the riverfront, and it was just beautiful views of Manhattan and just a beautiful day, the most perfect New York weather I've ever seen. And we enjoyed some coffee and just a lot of laughs, and it was so magical and wonderful to see her. So definitely kept busy for April and May, but it's just been a lot of good things, a lot of happy things, and just happy memories. So in terms of things, I guess. I don't know where to put this. These are just miscellaneous things that I've been enjoying. So one of the things I guess that I've been doing a lot in April and May is I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy. So we have an older Xbox system. We don't have the newest Xbox system. So we were waiting for the game to come out, the version that comes out that works with our system. But so we only got it we probably only got it at the beginning of May, maybe. But so we have been having so much fun. My partner and I, we've been having so much fun playing Hogwarts Legacy. We're huge Harry Potter fans. We're very, very big, into Harry Potter and Hogwarts. And so we have been really enjoying this. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a while since I have played video games. as much as I am. So it's kind of neat just to have this to play, and just spend time together after a day of work. And it's been fun to play for like a couple of hours, a couple of hours a week. So Hogwarts Legacy has been a lot of fun for us recently in the last couple of months. In terms of books I've been reading, the only book I really have been reading like on an ongoing basis is this book here. It's called Femina. So this is by Janina Ramirez. So it's a new history of the Middle Ages through the women written out of it. So this has been a fascinating read. I got this from the library, and it's just, if you're a history nerd like I am, and just like history, and especially like medieval history or history of the Middle Ages, this is a fascinating book about all sorts of women who did amazing things back then, and whose names were pretty much left out of the historical records simply because they are women. So if I read just some of the inside, the cover, it says, "The Middle Ages are seen as a bloodthirsty time of Vikings, saints, and kings, a patriarchal society that oppressed and excluded women. But when we dig a little deeper into the truth, we can see that the Dark Ages were anything but." Oxford and BBC historian Janina Ramirez has uncovered countless influential women's names struck out of historical records with the word femina annotated beside them. As gatekeepers of the past ordered books to be burned, artworks to be destroyed, and new versions of myths, legends, and historical documents to be produced, our view of history has been manipulated. Only now, through a careful examination of the artifacts, writings, and possessions they left behind, are the influential and multifaceted lives of women emerging. Femina goes beyond the official records to uncover the true impact of women. So, like I said, this has been a really fun read, and it's really just interesting. I wonder how many of you have heard of the great Queen Ethelfled. I bet you not many, but it's just been fascinating. It's been really fascinating. As someone who is really interested in archaeology and history, and like I said, especially the Middle Ages, this book has been really fun to read. And it's great because you can just sort of pick it up and read a little bit of it, and like read, one chapter at a time about one amazing woman or a family of amazing women. So this has been a lot of fun to read. If it's something that you think you might be interested in, go to your local library, see if they have it. Really, really, really fun stuff. Like I said, not for everybody, but definitely something that I'm super happy that I got my hands on, and I've been diving into because it's really fun. One of the other books that I've been sort of diving into, and just a little bit of a background about why I got this. So this is the Treadwell's Book of Plant Magic. So I decided that I went through my library of books, and I decided that I had way too many different books on plant magic and herbal magic, and that I didn't need all of them. I love having a library. I love books. If you're anything like me, you just love books. And I have quite a library, but I decided I really need to pare it down and really be intentional about what I'm bringing in. So I found this at my local bookstore. And it really is just straightforward, really useful information about plants and plant magic. And I find that a lot of the books that are out in the book world and out in like the magical / occult / metaphysical sort of world are really aesthetically pretty to look at, but not great on the substance. And so I decided to go through my library and really get rid of the ones that weren't really serving me, and get one like this that's super straightforward. So I did some research, and this just happened to be at my local Barnes and Noble, and I thought this would be great to add to my library, and this is going to replace really all of the other just herbal and plant magic books that I have. Because I feel like this one just gives me a lot more straightforward information, and the information that I'm looking for, and the way that I want to use plants and herbs and things like that. So there's spell work in here that's based on each plant and herb. So yeah, so just mugwort, like mugwort. Mugwort is such a versatile plant and herb in terms of plant magic. So it does it does usually dive into like when it's gathered, so when you're like foraging and harvesting these different types of herbs and plants, and just like a little backstory about each one, and then how you can use them in different spells and for different outcomes and what your intentions are. So like for protection, traveler's energy, sex magic, women athletes. Like it's just, I really like the way it's laid out. It doesn't have pictures. It's not, very pretty or aesthetically pleasing, but the way it's laid out is very straightforward and useful. So this is the Treadwell's Book of Plant Magic. In terms of books, that's really it. In terms of things that I've been reading. I forgot one. I'm going to go grab it. I see it actually right over here just because I just started this not too long ago. But this is one that I started diving into, and this is Tarot and the Archetypal Journey, the Jungian Path from Darkness to Light. So this one is one that I had my eye on for a little while. This is an updated version. It actually used to have a different name. I believe it was published under a different name. But this edition is from 2019. The first edition of this book was, I believe, copyrighted in 1980, somewhere around there. But this is by Sally Nichols. So this is pretty much an archetypal journey through the major arcana. So it's something that archetypes and psychology and very therapeutic ways of using tarot is just right up my alley. So this is one that I started to dive into. It's taking a little time to get into. It has a lot of, there's a lot of backstory. But so far I really like it, and I'm really looking forward to just diving into this and, and just seeing how it relates to the Jungian archetypes, and bringing sort of that humanistic experience, into my tarot practice. This is how I read tarot. It's really how I associate with tarot in a very insightful and introspective and therapeutic and humanistic experience. So I'm really looking forward to diving more into this, and hopefully I'll have like a review up. Maybe I'll film a video just about tarot and archetypes in general, just because it is something that I'm very interested in. So that's it for really books. In terms of just things that I have, that maybe have come into my possession in April and May, or just, things that I've been loving. This is one of those things I believe that I got in the month of April. This is a tarot reading cloth, or an altar cloth, or really whatever you want to use it for. This is by Sunset Bough Tarot. So she has a shop on Etsy, I believe, is where her shop is. I will definitely link that in the description box below. But this is I know that she makes tarot bags, but this is a tarot cloth. It's this beautiful sort of like creepy cameos, which I love, but it's reversible, which is one of the best things about it. And then it has this awesome sort of apothecary cabinet of curiosities, like witchy items sort of pattern as well. So I love that it's reversible. But yeah, it's really, really a lovely quality, really nicely made. Again, I will link the shop below. It's Sunset Bough. It's Sarah from Sunset Bough Tarot. So please consider following her on YouTube as well. So I'll just link all of that definitely in the description box. But this is really just fun. I love it. It's a lovely size. It fits perfect, like right here on my desk. Let's see. So one of the other things that I got this month was this really yummy candle from October Occult. So again, I will link the shop in the description box below. This one's called Hidden Library. So it's aged books, amber, fire embers, spiced plum, and cedar. So right up my alley, in terms of just scents that I like. I like sort of very earthy, really woodsy sort of scents. So this one is, like I said, Hidden Library. They have a bunch of different ones to choose from, but this one is just smells divine. It has like the wood burning wick, just really nicely made. and just a really lovely, lovely person to do business with and to purchase from. So this is October Occult and the Hidden Library candles. So it smells so good. Other sort of lovely scenty thing that I've been enjoying is this room spray from the 8th house. It's a crystal infused room spray. It's the Queen of Pentacles, which is pretty much my significator card. It's one of my birth cards. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. It's called Get Money, and it's citrine infused cashmere mimosas for abundance and manifestation. This, I mean, I wish we had smell-o-vision because this smells, oh my God, it smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. It's like a little musky, a little sandalwoody. Oh, it just smells divine. So this is a crystal infused room spray. You can sort of hear the crystals jingling around in there. It's citrine infused. This is the 8th house. I will definitely link all their contact information. I got this at a local metaphysical store that's near me called Amityville Apothecary, but the 8th house does have their own storefront, and online you can purchase. So this is one of their infused room sprays. Smells so, God, smells so good. Like I said, I wish you guys could smell it. Let's see, I'm trying to think in terms of crystals. Haven't really like gotten any new crystals other than this really, really beautiful labradorite sphere. Labradorite is one of my favorite stones, one of my favorite crystals I work with all the time. It's a very magical, enhances sort of magic and your intentions when you're performing different spells. So it's just absolutely gorgeous with these flashes. It's just, yeah, they're so hard to see sometimes, but with the flashes. So this is a sphere. I don't have a lot of spheres like in my crystal collection. So this was great to add. I got this at that same shop, local metaphysical shop from where I live on Long Island. But yeah, it's really, really beautiful. And in the same shop, I also got this Kundalini citrine, which is really beautiful. I love rough stones. I don't go for the polished. I usually go for the more raw and like sort of rough stones. So this is a Kundalini citrine. And then I actually won. They were doing a live sale, and at the same time I got my labradorite sphere and this Kundalini citrine, I won this absolutely gorgeous quartz, this rainbow quartz. It's so beautiful. It's such a unique shape. It sits like this. Like if you put it down, it sits like this. It's so cool. I couldn't believe it. I won this. Like, it's beautiful. I love the shape. It's so unique. So that's really cool. I love quartz. I have it literally all over my house. So that was fun to win that clear quartz. So that's it for crystals. Let's see. What else do I have that I just am loving that's sort of new? Oh, so I was talking about my good friend Donna visiting from Georgia, and she brought me a gift with her all the way on the plane. And she is a very creative person. She makes, she's a photographer. She's a brilliant photographer, and she makes pottery. And so she made me this little, like she called it a little token or a little totem. So it's a bird, and it can be used as like a plant stake. So you can stick it in the ground in a garden or in your plant. Or as she said, I could just put it on my altar. But it is just the cutest. I love it so much. I love it even more because it's handmade with love by her. But you can see all this really beautiful detail. This is all her design and her painting. Look at these flowers. Just that really detailed work. She's brilliant. And here's her little stamp on the back. So she makes the most beautiful things. And like I said, it has little tiny hearts on his little face, his little beak. So this is just a special little bird that I love so much. And I keep it right here, in my sacred space, right where I can see it every day. but it's just so special because it's handmade, and it's handmade by a dear friend. So I love this little bird. So that is just an absolute favorite because it obviously reminds me of her. What's the other thing? Oh, so one thing that I got that I've been using in my journaling and sort of my grimoire and just different crafty things is I got this sticker book, this mystical ephemera and enchanting vintage sticker book. I got this on Amazon for, I want to say it was like $10, and it has 900 stickers, and they're so cool. Like, there's some really, really amazing stickers in here. Like, really, a really sort of eclectic bunch of stickers. Like, look at these. Look how pretty these are. So yeah, so this is just this cute little sticker book, but there's tons of stickers in here. I'm so excited. Look, the Ouija board, tarot cards, just really fun. Here's some zodiac stickers. I love this with the greens, the pine trees. Here's some fairies. So just really varied, really cool. Like a cool, this is vampire. Like, I definitely can see this for my any tarot journaling I do with the tarot of vampires. Amazing. So yeah, so just some really cool, like, gothic looking stickers. And like I said, it's called the Mystical Ephemera. It's an enchanting vintage sticker book. Like I said, I got it on Amazon. I don't know. It was I think it was $10, honestly, but just so fun and so many different stickers to use in my journals. The only other amazing thing that I was able to get my hands on this month, I think this came in the beginning of May, and I haven't gotten a frame for it. So if you've watched any of my videos, any of my tarot videos on my channel, you know that I am absolutely obsessed with the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. It is my favorite deck. I talk about it all the time. I talk about Julia Jeffrey as being one of my most favorite artists. I just absolutely adore everything that she does. She's just an amazing artist. And so she actually had a sale on original artwork, and I was able to procure this absolutely amazing original drawing from Julia Jeffrey. I can't describe to you how much I am in love with this. And I haven't found a frame yet. So I'm just keeping it in this very sturdy envelope. I have to measure. I want to get the most perfect frame for this, because it's just so special to me. And I cannot believe I was able to purchase this. And it was such a she was selling this artwork for such a reasonable price. And it came all the way from Scotland, and I just absolutely adore her and her tarot deck and her artwork. I will definitely link all of her information below. She's Stone Maiden Art on Instagram. Her Witch Sister Tarot is coming out later this year, and I'm so excited for that. I've been following her journey in creating that. She has a group on Facebook as well to follow that journey, but this is just a prized possession of mine, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just so beautiful, and I'm so happy to have it. So that was definitely a favorite from the last month or so, and I cannot wait until it's framed. I will frame it, and I'm sure I will take a photo of it and post it, because I'm just so in love with it and so happy that I have it. So let's see. I think that's it for sort of things. In terms of divination, the other thing that I actually just got is this charm casting set. So I've never had a charm casting set. I've always sort of wanted to somehow make my own set by collecting charms, and it just never happened. I do have some that I think I'm going to add to this set. But this set came from the beautiful and talented Danny Mystic. So she is on YouTube and on Instagram. I, again, will link all of this in the description box. So if you don't follow her, please go follow her. She makes wonderful tarot content. She has created her own decks. She has the Mystic Masters, Pear Tree Court Oracle, so now she has these charm casting sets on her site, which is just her own website. It's not Etsy, it's just her website. I believe it's dannymystic.com. Again, I'll link everything. But these were so affordable, and she posted this on her Instagram, and I just immediately went and snatched one up. She had different sets. This one is, I believe, was called the Victorian set. And I know I'm not going to be able to show you all of these, but there's so many in here. And I cannot believe what a beautiful charm set this is for the price I got. So here's a like a windmill. This is just like a little cottage. Like, look at this. I know it's so hard to see these because they're so tiny. Here's a bottle. So this was the Victorian set, like I said. Look at this beautiful. This almost looks like a perfume. It could be like a perfume bottle. And look at this key. Look at how beautiful these are. And so here's a fleur-de-lis. And I'm so looking forward to using this. Look at this little acorn. So looking forward to adding this as a layer of divination and just kind of learning more about charm casting. Oh, look at this. This is it's like a pumpkin. It's a pumpkin carriage like Cinderella. I'm floored at these. Here's an anchor. I'm floored at how many charms. Here's a crown. This looks like grapes. Looks like a set of grapes. Look at this chicken. Like, can you not? Look at how cute that is. And so I can't wait. Here's an apple. I cannot wait to add this as a layer of divination. Look at this beautiful moon. They're just gorgeous. I know that she had limited sets. Here's a sewing machine. She had limited sets available in her shop. There was a few different ones. Here's a fairy. Like I said, this was the Victorian one. So I'm sure she'll be adding more, as she goes along, I'm sure. Here's a saw. But honestly, visit her site. Look at this. Look at this squirrel. Visit her site. Check out if you're looking for charms, if you already use charms. I'd love to hear how you use them because this is new. This is all new to me. I never had a charm casting set. But I'm super excited to use these, like I said, as just another layer of like divination. But if you have charms, I would love to hear how you use them. And, if you use them with tarot, if you like use them separately as their own system. It did come with a little mat. I can't seem to find it. It's on my desk somewhere, but it did come with like a little casting mat too, which is amazing. So yeah, I really look forward to using this. But if you use charms, I'd love to hear how you do. But definitely visit Danny Mystic's shop because these are just beautiful. I'm just floored at the quality and the amount of charms that are in here for the price I paid. Just amazing. So let's see, in terms of decks, because that's probably why most of you were here. So decks I've been using quite a bit over the last 2 months. This is the mass market edition of This Might Hurt. And I gotta tell you, I did not think I was going to like this deck as much as I do. I honestly, I know about this deck. I've seen the indie version of it plenty of times. We all know Lisa Pepez. This is like probably one of her favorite decks, if not her favorite. I think she said a Desert Island. Like if she could only have one deck, it would be this deck. And I can kind of see why. I definitely see what the appeal is. I don't really buy a lot of modern decks. I rehomed like the Modern Witch. I really haven't kept the modern decks I've bought. I don't use them a lot and I've been getting rid of them. But this deck, I definitely can see the appeal. I can see the appeal with this deck. Because, even though it's modern, it's diverse, it looks like the world that that I live in. It looks like my world that I live in, and I love that, because I am grounding so much more of my tarot in that human experience, and for it to reflect like the humans that live in my world and the people that I interact with every day and that I care about and that are just in this world and that I live in, that I'm a part of, is amazing. And the way that it's done is it's just so well done, with still like just maintaining those traditional like symbols and the symbology. And this guidebook is amazing. Just the personal, just that the way the creator Isabella Rotman shares like her personal take on the tarot and who these people are. Like this was she drew her father, and just how that relates to the tarot and the Knight of Pentacles, and I just loved it. It reminded me of my own dad, and this was her mom, and I just love that I pulled these together. Like one of the first pulls I did, I pulled these together, and I just couldn't believe I pulled like her mother and her father. And it was funny because I had just gotten off the phone with my own mother, and it was so like the synchronicity was like amazing. But like this, she modeled after her mother, and just the personal, like the things that she shares in the guidebook personally is just, it gives me such a deeper connection to these cards and the card meanings, and just hearing her share her thoughts. And I love that she talks about Kitchen Table Tarot, because that's one of my favorite tarot books in terms of, I feel like I quote Melissa Sanova all the time in terms of some of the things she says. Her Two of Swords, like shut up, just shut the hell up so I can hear myself think. Like those things I've incorporated into my own meanings of the cards. So just the fact that she talks about Melissa Sanova and how Melissa Sanova wrote the foreword to the guidebook, like I had no idea. And then I opened this and it was just so surprising. And this is one of those guidebooks that I've almost read all the way through. Like I sat down and read it just like a book, because it's that good. Like it is that good. But this deck has been really giving like really amazing readings, and I just didn't think I was going to love it as much as I do. And really, Liminal 11 really did a great job. I think they did a great job. It's the typical Liminal 11 cardstock, which I'm not a huge fan of because it's really hard for me to shuffle. So I will say, if you have smaller hands, if you have arthritis, if just you have a hand injury or anything like that, this might be a little tough for you to riffle shuffle. It's thicker cardstock, so it's big, and like I can't, like it's really hard for me to get my fingers, and then to bend it, it's really hard. So if you are someone who like that's a deal breaker for you, you might not want to get this deck. If you're considering it and it's like that might be like something that because you can't riffle, I totally understand that. So just full disclosure, it can be tough. So it's that Liminal 11 cardstock. If you have any of the other Liminal 11 decks, you'll know what I mean. It's exactly the same. So it's definitely a little thicker, it's like a little stiffer, and it can be difficult to shuffle. But it's a brilliant deck, and it's like modern but not. It has like an old soul. I don't know how to describe it. This deck has like an old soul, but being completely modern and reflective of this world that I'm a part of and I live in. And like I said, that, and I really, really love it. And I feel like any modern decks I have left in my tarot collection are going to be replaced by this, because I've really enjoyed this. And it really is as good as, like I said, Lisa Pepez loves this deck, and I've always listened to her gush about it, and I thought it was great how much she loved it and how much she supports this deck, and how much she loves it and shares it on her channel. And I just never thought to get it because it's modern, and I thought I wasn't gonna love it, but I took a chance on it, and this is great. It's a great deck. It's not for everyone, and I definitely get that. It's not for everyone, and some people have their favorites and think that this doesn't have a place, and that's great too. But this is it's just beautiful. It's a great deck. Like I said, it has that cardstock. It can be a little difficult to shuffle. It has the box, typical Liminal 11 box, that opens like this. So it has the magnet, which is good, so it'll keep it closed. But this guidebook is amazing. I'm reading it like a book. I'm almost done with it because it's so good. So The mass market of This Might Hurt is amazing, and I absolutely just put this in without putting it back in its actual box. I definitely just did that. But yeah, the box again is it's a really good quality box. Like these liminal 11 boxes are pretty cool. But yeah, it's great. Like I said, the guidebook is really insightful, really well done. So that's the mass market This Might Hurt. In terms of other decks I've been using, I haven't been using anything. Let me see. I've been using the Golden Tarot. I've talked about this. I feel like I did like a what's on my desk. So I'm not going to unbox this one, but this is Cat Black. This is the new linen edition from US Games. Just amazing, absolutely amazing, beautiful artwork in that one. I've been using, let's see. Of course, I've been using my Tarot of the Hidden Realm. That really just never goes away. And then this is just really fun for this time of year for me. So this Fairy Wisdom Oracle by Amy Brown and Nancy Brown. So this is, sort of the fun fairies. Like, these are the ones that are a little more whimsical and lighthearted. And these have some of my most favorite backs on an Oracle deck I've ever seen. I mean, the most beautiful backs, in my opinion. On these, I love the backs of this. But just so springy and cheerful and, just colorful. And really great messages, like for card of the day, like just a card of the day pull. The guidebook is a hardcover guidebook, which is kind of nice. And just really great messages. Every card has a chant, which is kind of neat because, like, if you journal and you want to put the chant in your journal, that's like a nice way to just include it in like your journaling practice. And then there's a keyword, for each card. And yeah, just again, it's just a nice springy deck. I tend to work with Fae energy and Fairy energy, during this time of year. And this is also nice for like for a end of the day pull as well. I feel like it's a nice sort of gentle, like I said, it's very whimsical. Amy Brown's art is it's so beautiful. I think she really captures that, that fairy energy. Not so much the fae, like we like to talk about the fae and the fairies and like the difference between the two. I sort of lump it all together, but I understand why people do separate it because this is very like fairy. This is very Tinkerbell fairy-esque, but I love it, and it has a place, for me in my practice. And it reminds me of like the early 90s when I used to have like a huge fairy collection. Like I used to collect the Amy Brown like fairy statues, and it's very nostalgic for me as well, but I think it's really well done. Like I said, the beautiful backs, and just really whimsical. I like the balancing act. It has a lot of nice messages, and I've been using it, like I said, for card of the day, or end of the day, to close out the day sort of messages. It's just so pretty. It's just, the backs are just, like I said, gorgeous. And I love these whimsical creatures, the companions. Like, I just love the magical creatures that are in here. This is really just a really fun spring deck, with all the flowers and colors and the different wings, like the different wing shapes and wing colors on the fairies are so cool. Coffee break. That sounds good. But yeah, I just think it's a really pretty, it's one of the only fairy oracle decks I have. It might be the only fairy oracle deck that I have is this one. Because I don't use them that often, but this one is the one that has stuck with me. Again, some of it's nostalgia, but I just think it's really fun and whimsical and magical and it's really pretty. And like I said, the guidebook has some nice messages. Attitude. Look at that. Attitude. I feel like this little fairy has an attitude, and this dragon's like, no, not today. Better check your attitude. That's a good one for a card of the day to get, change your attitude for the day. So yeah, so that is the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. by Amy and Nancy Brown. So that's been a fun card of the day that I've been using. But that's pretty much it for decks. Other than, like I said, the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. Oh wait, there is one more that I've been using every day. Not surprisingly, just because it's new. And that's the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. And again, I have a video up comparing this to the Green Witch. So I've talked, you know, a little about this. But yeah, this is, again, really pretty, really fun deck. I'm enjoying using it. It's, you know, gives pretty clear readings, and it pairs really well with the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. That's why I've had that out, because I started to pair it with this, and it actually pairs really well together. But yeah, I like the energy of this deck. I definitely like this as a sort of more, you know, traditional RWS witchy feeling, witchy themed type of deck. I do like it. I do like it quite a bit. And I have the guidebook out. I've been using the guidebook just to kind of learn the messages that are in the guidebook, see, you know, what resonates with me. You know, that's what all you can do with a guidebook, is sort of see what resonates with you and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate, you know, you move on. But I love this Seven of Cups. I love that. That is like one of my favorite cards in this deck. But yeah, so that's the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. It's, you know, I'm sure you've seen it all over tarot too, but I really like it. It's a nice deck. And I've been enjoying pairing it with different things, and just for the energy of right now, it seems to go really well. So, and it's in this really, really, really cute bag. It matches really well with this tarot bag. So that's it. Those are my favorites from April and May. I'd love to hear about your favorites, like what you've been doing, what you've been enjoying, how you've been feeling, anything that you want to share. I love to hear all of it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.